Alex, you consider yourself unlucky not to have got anything out of that one?
Oh, totally, absolutely. Arsenal had a lot of corners in the second half, and unfortunately we lose out in one of them. The lads defended magnificently at the corners, but it was much more of a performance that I would expect from a team that I try and coach. It was very dynamic. We had great shape to the team, and there was some fantastic individual performances. So, despite the defeat, the performance was tremendous.
Albrighton gets the honour of the 20,000th Premier League goal, and it was a good performance by him, a young player who's rediscovering his form.
I thought he was terrific. He worked really hard, and he had a wee bit of a hamstring problem at the end, just at the Arsenal goal, and that was disappointing that we couldn't get him off because hopefully he'll be okay, and it's just a bit of cramp. But he was clearly in distress. He'd done so much running the whole night that the officials have to recognise that the player needed to come off.
And you pressed in the first half. Then you stopped doing it for a while. Is that because Stephen Ireland picked up an injury that left you virtually with 10 men for a little while?
Yeah, Stevie started to feel his hamstring. He's not played for a while. He was on his sick bed for 4 or 5 days last week. We knew he wouldn't last the game, and unfortunately, he never lasted to half time. But he was, I thought he was pretty impressive, and some of the moves forward for us. And you hear the Villa fans roaring with approval when you see him closing down an Arsenal player and nicking the ball and getting close. Stevie's not been doing that for us, but he did it tonight, and it rubbed off on him to the point where his quality in the ball was very good as well.
They took their chances. You've had a few that you didn't take. If you'd had a natural, real predator-like goal scorer out there, a Darren Bent out there, would it have been a different story?
Yeah, possibly. I was just so pleased to see the players getting in support of Gabby, the wingers, the Stevie Ireland, and then Barry Bannon. And it was such a positive performance by the players because we were disappointed the Liverpool second half performance, but certainly tonight that was a really good all-round show by the whole team, and they tired near the end. Arsenal also, they keep the possession so well, and at times you've got to just let them have it and try and get a breather. But we're getting into a really tough schedule now, and I can ill afford to do without players getting injured or players getting suspended, as did Alan Hutton.
Silly at the end, wasn't it, from him, really?
But Alan should know better. He's been conned into it, and he's had a rush of blood. So it's disappointing that the big Al should do that because he was in fantastic form tonight. But that's us losing him now, a valuable member of the squad, and a player who's a big presence in the defence in both boxes, and we now miss that against one of the biggest teams in the league.
Do you get Darren Bent back any day soon?
Well, I'd like to think that Benty is round the corner now. We thought he was close tonight, so we'll certainly expect him to be ready for Monday.